Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Keely Van Mickendorf.
And I'm Tim McGonigal. First at 10, George Floyd's hometown is saying its farewells tonight. The 46-year-old died after being arrested in Minneapolis May 25th. In the 2 weeks since, his name has become a worldwide rallying cry.
Danya Buckus reports from Houston.
A long line of mourners waited in blazing Texas heat for a chance to say goodbye to George Floyd, a man most of them had never met.
That could have easily been my son in there, and so I feel like I should, as a mom, should express the importance of, what it is to be black in America.
Thousands turned out in Houston Monday for a public viewing for Floyd, who grew up nearby.
It's amazing to see all the support, and we just trying to come together for our brother, for our brother.
Floyd's death in police custody in Minnesota 2 weeks ago sparked nationwide protest and growing calls for police reform.
George Floyd was a childhood friend of mine. We've been knowing each other since single age. It was just terrifying for me to see how that officer did this guy.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott was among those paying their respects. He and former Vice President Joe Biden met privately with Floyd's family.
Thank y'all so much for coming out to support us. And all the families that are here with me today, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Aubrey, it just hurt.
In his final moments, George Floyd called out for his mother. On Tuesday, the 46-year-old will be buried next to her following a private funeral service. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin appeared in court Monday on a video link from jail. The 19-year veteran kneeled on Floyd's neck for nearly 9 minutes, not getting up until after he had lost consciousness. The judge set bail at $1.25 million for Chauvin, who's charged with second-degree murder. He's due back in court on June 29th. Danya Backus, CBS News, Houston.
And here at home, new cases of coronavirus in the Treasure State have pushed Montana's total to 547 tonight. Two of the most recent cases are in Gallatin County, while one is in Stillwater County. Gallatin County has 162 total cases and 8 are active. Statewide, 52 of the state's cases remain active and 4 people are hospitalized. Montana has seen 18 COVID-19 related deaths.
Tragic news from Pend Oreille County. A 17-year-old male from Shelby died yesterday after a car crash on Highway 219 near Conrad. According to the Montana Highway Patrol, a Pontiac with 3 occupants was eastbound when the car went off the road into a field and rolled, landing on its roof. The driver and one of the passengers were thrown from the vehicle. The driver was pronounced dead, and the passengers, both of whom were also teenagers, were taken to a nearby hospital with unspecified injuries. The MHP trooper said that speed may have been a factor in the crash, but there's no indication that impaired driving was involved. The name of the driver has not been released by the Pend Oreille County Coroner's Office at this time. Only one of 3 people in the car was wearing a seatbelt. And also from north central Montana, Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks announces the capture of 3 grizzlies southwest of Shelby. The bears were attempting to obtain grain from one of the many grain spills across the Golden Triangle. The 3 bears, an adult female grizzly and 2 yearlings, had been frequenting residences in pursuit of grain spills. FWP said they've been working to secure the grain and deal with spills. None of the bears had been involved in past conflicts. They will be safely relocated. We've received quite a bit of rain in some locations today, and our Storm Tracker weather team is standing by to give us some rain totals so far.
Grant Garland joins us now, and Grant, another evening to have that rain jacket ready.
Exactly. The good news, though, is that we're starting to see these showers break apart. But yeah, we're still having to deal with them. I mean, over the last 24 hours, we've been looking at almost over 3/10 of an inch of rain here in the Electric City. Head on up to Cut Bank, over 4/10 of an inch. Head on over, though, to Glasgow, almost 6/10 of an inch of rain. And Butte got just exactly an inch. And this is since midnight. This isn't including this past weekend. Now, over the last 3 hours, we have been seeing these showers and thunderstorms dwindling. And that will be the continuing trend. Right now we are tracking, though, a few light showers making their way towards Havre. Fort Benton did get a little bit of precip there, as well as Chester, but I mean, these showers probably will be fading away even in the next 10 minutes. Now outside it looks beautiful. Temperatures, though, 50 degrees, and with that 10-mile-per-hour wind, I think it feels maybe just a tad bit chillier than what we've seen. 45 in Cut Bank, though, right now, as well as out towards Lewistown, and 49 in Helena. Now later on in the show, I'll show you a warming and drying trend we can expect to see in the work week. But for now, back to you guys.
Well, after a 2-month closure due to the coronavirus pandemic, Glacier National Park officially reopened this morning. Only the West Glacier entrance is open at this time, with the East Glacier entrance remaining closed as the Blackfeet Reservation maintains COVID-19 restrictions through June 30th. At this time, visitors are able to access Apgar and Going to the Sun Road only as far as Lake McDonald Lodge. Glacier National Park Superintendent Jeff Mao says visitor centers, overnight accommodations, and backcountry permits, among other activities, remain closed at this time. Mao expects the Lake McDonald Lodge to open to visitors by June 15th and for park hours to be extended around that same date. Brandon Bertelsen traveled from East Glacier to attend the park's reopening. He's taking extra safety measures and hopes all visitors follow social distancing guidelines.
It's my favorite place to be. I'm excited for the park to be reopening. As you can see, I'm wearing a mask. I'm trying to take precautions and hoping that everybody else does as well.
And as for Yellowstone National Park, all entrances remain open, but visiting could require extra planning. If you plan to stay in the park, the only options right now are at Mammoth and Old Faithful, with Yellowstone Lake's cabins opening in just over a week. All other lodges and hotels in Yellowstone are closed for the 2020 tourist season. Yellowstone's 12 campgrounds remain closed at this time. However, some will begin to open 1 week from today. Well, coming up next on the 10 o'clock news, a nonprofit is celebrating Pride Month in the age of COVID-19.
We'll share how they plan to engage Electric City residents next.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 10 o'clock news continues on KRTV, Montana's news leader.
Welcome back. Following up on a story that's rooted around feeding families, the USDA is putting produce in the hands of agencies like the Salvation Army to give away to local communities. Major Mark King says they've hosted 2 Farmers to Families events so far, and after the first, decided to downsize distribution from 1,500 boxes to roughly 100. The agency will continue to hold smaller giveaways and partner with area nonprofits to distribute the remaining food boxes. He says a Zoom call with partners today finalized the decision to keep the distribution process as is. Salvation Army is finalizing the list of agencies who will be distributing boxes or using the produce to supplement existing nutrition programs. And King says he's aware of a photo circulating social media showing unopened produce boxes by a dumpster. He says Salvation Army is not able to control what happens to the produce once it leaves their property. He believes agencies must work even harder to ensure food gets into the hands of the hungry.
And we really want to make sure that our agencies are working hard, that they're giving food to folks who really need it.
The Salvation Army and Vineyard Church are the 2 agencies hosting large distributions this week. We have more details and other agencies involved on our websites. NeighborWorks Great Falls will be participating in NeighborWorks Week over the next few days, and you can too. There are over 200 community-based organizations across the country who are part of the NeighborWorks network. The goal of NeighborWorks Week is to raise awareness for the impact that those organizations have had on communities across America. NeighborWorks Great Falls is asking homeowners to participate in a giveaway. All you have to do is share a picture of yourself in front of your house, tag NeighborWorks Great Falls, and share a little bit about your home owning journey. NeighborWorks will also have a booth set up in downtown Great Falls on Thursday where people can come out and learn more about their organization.
On Thursday, we will be downtown. We'll be right in front of the murals on 5th. And so we'll be right across from N-Bar. We'll have some different NeighborWorks pieces to give out. And you can come, learn more about NeighborWorks, check it out, take your photo in front of the murals.
And anyone who stops by on Thursday can also enter to win a giveaway from Jonas Sprinklers.
Well, the pandemic has affected many things, but not one organization's mission to promote pride and equality in the Electric City this month. The LGBTQ Center of Great Falls board member Megan Wakely told MTN News the cancellation of Big Sky Pride in Helena led to the creation of a new event this year. Electric City Pride Fest will feature events online this month. Now, Wakely told MTN News the online venue gives all residents a chance to join in Pride Month from the comfort of their couch. She says the wide range of events reflects the mission of Pride Month.
Because at Pride, we not only try to celebrate our history, but we try to educate and include the community.
Electric City Pride takes place June 14th through the 28th. All events are online and includes lectures, a church service, drag queen story hour, and book club.
Your full 7-day forecast, we are 12 days away from summer.
Thanks.
Well, snow fell wet and heavy in Butte today, causing damage and some power outages.
The accumulated snow was heavy enough to cause tree limbs to fall on some vehicles parked along Alabama Street. No major damage has been reported, but the mess did require cleanup throughout the day.
While north central Montana didn't see any snow, many of us saw some cooler temperatures throughout the day. Grant Garland joins us now with more. Grant?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Tim. We're looking at temperatures that are around 16 degrees below the average of what we see. And we're going to continue to see those below average temperatures for tomorrow. Now, overall, right now, we're seeing our showers diminish, which is great news. I really want to just zoom in on here. We have these showers that are moving towards Big Sandy as well as Havre. But I mean, these storms are fizzling out even as we speak. So will they get to Havre? I don't know. You just let me know, because they're moving into drier air and they're just not able to really cope with that. Now, overall, we did see over 0.3 of an inch of rain here in the Electric City on down towards the capital, just shy of 0.2 of an inch. Cut Bank over 0.4 of an inch of rain, and out towards Glasgow, you guys got really hit with almost 0.6 of an inch of rain in our viewing area. Now, outside right now, it looks beautiful in Great Falls, and it feels a little bit cooler too, 50 degrees, a little bit cooler in Helena at 49, down towards Fort Benton, a little bit warmer at 50, and Lewistown 45 degrees. Elsewhere, we are seeing temperatures around 45 in Cut Bank, 50 degrees in Havre, 52 in Glasgow, and 50 in Jordan. You head on down to Bozeman, though, 43-degree temperatures. Now, today's high was 57, but did you know this morning's low was 41, and we're going to get close to that, too. The record, though, for this time of this time of year, was set back in 1950 when it was 32 degrees. 1950 was also the year that James Dean finally caught his break, featuring in a Pepsi commercial. The more you know, right? Interesting. So why are we looking at the weather we've seen today? It's because of this low pressure. We have that wraparound moisture that has allowed for some showers and thunderstorms all throughout the day, but it is dwindling, and that's the good news. Here's the reason why. High pressure is going to build into the area, and as it does so, we will see clouds break apart. It should be a really beautiful morning. So please send us your pictures of that sunrise. We're looking at a really nice start to our morning, but then the high pressure starts to hightail it down to Idaho. We start to see a northwestern flow. Clouds will be brought back into the area. I think this model is over-exaggerating on the chances for rain, but I do believe we will see partly sunny skies for those in Helena. But for everyone else really in our viewing area, seeing mostly sunny skies. By 6:30, high pressure skedaddles on down towards Oregon. We're going to be looking at another partly sunny to mostly sunny day for us all. I think that we're going to stay dry during this time, and our temperatures are really going to start to warm up as we head throughout the work week because of this high pressure. So as far as our winds are concerned, we are going to be looking at a few blustery conditions, looking at 20 to 30 by midnight in Cut Bank, 10 to 20 in Great Falls as well as Helena, continuing throughout the day tomorrow, 20 to 30 at around 11:30 in the morning. So yeah, put the cup on top of the napkins if you are going out to eat. Don't be like me and just let them fly all over. You know, it just, you just feel terrible when that happens. 20 to 30 in Cut Bank, 11:30 p.m., especially if you're on a date. Looking at 20 to 30 miles an hour in Helena, right around 11:30 at night. Now, as far as our temperatures go, we are looking at really heating up by Friday. It's going to be hot. Temperatures 88 degrees. By Saturday, those temperatures are going to start to settle down. We have another system moving in for a chance of rain. But we are going to be dry, at least for the time being, short-term forecast. You can always follow me on social media, on Facebook, at meteorologist Grant Garland. Tomorrow's temperatures warming up to right around 63, 70 on Wednesday. We're going to be looking at showers and thunderstorms coming back into play, though, Saturday and Sunday. So enjoy this next dry stretch and these warm temperatures on Friday, because we're going to cool back down by Sunday. Back to you.
Thanks, Grant. Well, if you're an avid Facebook user, you might have heard of the Boozy Fairies of Great Falls. It's a group of gift givers dusting the city in goodwill.
MTN's Lindsay Hyatt spoke with the group's founder to discuss how the national concept of paying it forward made its way to the Electric City.
With the nation in a state of chaos over the past few months, Americans could use a pick-me-up. Community members across the country, called Boozy Fairies, have spread positivity by buying and lifting one another's spirits. When Jalen Keithley founded the Boozy Fairies of Great Falls, she hoped the group would bring excitement to an otherwise serious time.
There's a lot of division amongst people right now, so that we definitely needed just kind of something that's a little more uplifting and fun to focus on.
Just 2 weeks after founding the Fairies, her membership multiplied.
The first week there was only about 300 total members. It has grown. There's over 3,000 members now and about 500 members pending approval.
Each of those members must go through a process, post your preferences, wait to be adopted by a Boozy Fairy, to one day return home,
where a gift from your Boozy Fairy awaits.
And then pay it forward, until thousands of fairies have made each member's day magical.
And a lot of what we see are a lot of these people coming home from maybe a long day of work where they're saying that it's been a horrible week and they come home to this surprise on their front step and that it's really just changed their week.
The Boozy Fairies' magical members have brought good to Great Falls.
The group wouldn't be anything near what it is without the people who are joining, who really just want to create a little bit more fun for everyone else involved.
And the good can keep going.
The more places that this can go where people can just uplift others, the better. So whatever city or town wants to start one, I would highly encourage them to do so.
In Great Falls, Lindsay Hyatt, MTN News.
Now you must be 21 or older and live or work within Great Falls to join the Boozy Fairy group. For more information on how to join, you can head to our website.
Well, since Cece's such a part of the news team at this point, we even got her KRTV polo. We got your social distancing game changers coming up later.
KRTV, Montana's news leader.
And welcome back. Well, our sports team has been working from home for the last 80 days, but that hasn't stopped them from counting down the best performances each week. Here's MTN's Tom and Cece with this week's Game Changers.
All right, we're doing another edition of Game Changers. I'm sure you guys are sick of me, so we're going to let Cece take this one over entirely. Don't eat it. More businesses reopening, including Wheels of Thunder in Great Falls. Doesn't matter how good you are or how bad you are. Strap on the skates and let's rock. Number 4, something cool on the Central Avenue Bridge in the Electric City. Padlocks of love. Here's how it works. Write your name and that of a loved one and then clip the lock onto the fence. Toss the key into the river as a sign of commitment to your enduring love. Number 3, Helena Middle School did something fun to bid farewell to students. 40 teachers and staff waved goodbye during a train parade to get some FaceTime with departing 8th graders after weeks of remote learning. And number 2, Glacier National Park opens up on Monday, but Yellowstone is celebrating 1 week with the gates open. A good economic boost for the park and surrounding communities. At number 1, the pandemic didn't stop graduations for high school students, including the Helena High and Capitol High class of 2020. Congratulations to all those who locked in and focused and earned their diploma during these trying times.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, the University of Montana Athletic Director Kent Haslam has reached out to Grizz fans tonight with a letter outlining his hopes for the fall sports season. As COVID-19 persists, colleges around the country are having to take a hard look at how to pull off a football season safely. Already, Alabama and Oklahoma State have seen positive COVID-19 cases after allowing students back on campus. The University of Montana is now allowing student athletes back on campus and plans on having games come fall. Head coach Bobby Houck and AD Haslam will hold a news conference tomorrow to talk about more new changes. On Friday night, thousands of people showed up in Bozeman showed up across the country for National Day of Action for Black Lives. And in Bozeman, MTN's John Miller spotted a few familiar faces in the crowds and spoke with them for this story.
Last Friday night, Bozeman held their National Day of Action for Black Lives. Bobcat head coaches Jeff Choate and Danny Sprinkle, along with members of their teams, were there to show their support.
Obviously, our teams are, comprise a lot of the diversity in town, and we wouldn't be here without them. I think it's awesome with Coach Choate, their whole team's here, and to see all the people out here today, I mean, it warms your heart because it's truly coming from the heart. And I know that's why I'm out here with some of our players that are here and supporting them, and I know it's important to them, and I know they're ecstatic with the turnout here.
Sports are full of people of many races, and for Sprinkle, this day was something he needed to be a part of.
It almost breaks your heart to know that some people have to go through that just to be treated equally, which, as crazy it is to sound, in 2020, we're still fighting for that, and obviously that's why we're out here. It means a ton to me because some of my closest friends and my mentors, the two guys that I worked for, are African American, and I know what they went through, and being with them for the last 20 years, and seeing kind of their path and some of the things that they had to endure to get to where they are, I represent them. I talk to them, if not more than my family.
To have the two teams rally alongside their community and each other shows how special Bozeman is.
I think that's why you see Bozeman booming. The energy in town, I mean, it's for everybody. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. And you see more and more people coming up here because they know how special it is, represented by what's going on today.
In Bozeman, John Miller, MTN Sports.
Stay tuned. We'll have a look at your final forecast next.
Well, just remember, we are going to have a chilly start to our Tuesday morning, but conditions will trend to be drier and warmer as we head throughout the end of the work week. Showers and thunderstorms, though, do creep back in as we have our next weather maker move in this weekend.
Well, businesses around Montana have felt the effects of the pandemic. Many have been forced to close, but one brave entrepreneur in Gardner decided to open her doors for the first time.
While other teens are enjoying their summers, every morning 19-year-old Chloe Chase opens her new ice cream shop, Scoop There It Is. Chase finished her first year at Montana State and plans to major in business, but this hands-on experience is already teaching her so much.
It's a good first step just to learn a bunch about business, start small, work my way up there, but there are so many things that I can take from this and apply later in life.
Now, Chloe hopes to one day work for a nonprofit. Very neat.
Yeah.
Seems like she's got a little bit of a head start.
It's a sweet job.
A scoop above the rest,
Yeah,
I'd say.
that's right, a scoop above the rest.
That's all the time we have tonight at 10. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your evening.
Good night.